What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the best, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself was brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based of our ruler here, the good old Moon. She was actually outside my window the other day, Cancer. It was actually pretty lovely. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going to avoid, of course, there's all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Mercury Day. It's Wednesday. Hope you're feeling it. Hope the mind's been moving. Hope you're getting some stuff done there. But also, Cancer, the moon is in Pisces. And this is a really nice placement for the moon. Because, well, one, hold on, Cancer. Thank you. One, this is a very dreamy placement for the moon. You know, Pisces is, I mean, they're the moon card in the tarot deck. So the moon and Pisces outside of us, they do have a really tight placement with the moon. You know, Pisces deals with that spirituality, that psychic bond, that imagination. They're really tuned into the kind of universal energy. So you might be feeling more intuitive there, Cancer. Maybe feeling more psychic. You may even notice too, Cancer, that you might be feeling a little more compassionate as well, a little more empathetic. You know that you aren't already are, Cancer, but even just on a deeper level, because Pisces they do have, you know, being Neptune ruled, there is this, you know, this unending, you know, love of just like compassion and yeah, just empathy for the soul tribe there. But also too there, Cancer, you know, one thing that Pisces can kind of deal with, you know, being Neptune ruled, is that escapism. So we want to be mindful of any sort of escapist energies and things along those lines, getting trapped up in anything like that. But this is a very, also too, Cancer, very healing energy, I feel like, as well. So just really kind of work with this energy. Very, very nice placement, I feel like, for the moon to be. But then you also are we're in the waxing gibbous phase there, Cancer. We're getting closer and closer to that full moon. And with this energy, you know, this is really about clarifying our directions and our intentions. You know, we're getting to the final stages there. And it's just like a time of just like making any sort of adjustments and refining any sort of things that we need to do in order to make sure that, you know, we got something to really kind of celebrate with when the full moon comes around. And even if we haven't quite, maybe we've sort of missed our mark, it hasn't quite become, whatever this is that we were working on, maybe it hasn't become as ingrained as we would like. That's still a matter to celebrate in itself there, Cancer, because at least you're taking the initiative for growth. You know, I feel like that's what really matters at the end of the day there. And then last few things. These readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group, I think you'd really like them. But let's go ahead and get into your general energy of the day. Oh, Cancer is one of our cards. I'm with it, because you got the first card of us, which is the Pearl card. This has been kind of floating around a little bit here, Cancer. And with this is a card of emotional force, opening up, experiential wisdom, honesty, intuition, perception, loyalty, the moon, subconscious mind, hidden things, diving deep, layers, and developing characters. All right, Cancer, we had a couple energies coming through here. So we have the energy that's coming through here is the intuition and the moon. And, you know, I was thinking about that too. You know, with Pisces being as dreamy energy as this can be something to Cancer to connect. Like if you notice that you're like an active dreamer, possibly, pay attention to those, because there can be even intuitive messages coming in from their Cancer, but there may even be this energy of needing to really connect with the moon in a deeper type of way. Take some time to, as it makes sense, maybe go out and do some moon gazing, or even just like maybe if we're setting aside some quiet time, if we can't see the moon where we're at, just because I feel like to be able to be, because I was actually talking with someone about this as far as like more so like women being able to, being synced up with the moon the way that they are. And then you couple that, I feel like, with us, I feel like any sign, we're all affected by the moon, but I feel like those who are really kind of like, Cancerians, and it's, the moon really does play an integral kind of energy. Even though as fast as she moves, she does play a very powerful have a very powerful role in our development, Cancer. And I really do feel that, as you begin to kind of understand yourselves under these different lunar cycles, under different phases, under these different signs, it really does help strengthen your intuition in a way, and it helps you too to kind of understand, I feel, how our intuition really works, when we're, even though we feel as much as we do sometimes, and they're all our signals, intuitive signals, I feel like, to help us kind of guide through this energy, through this realm here. And it makes us better healers. It makes us, because I'm even kind of getting this energy of some, it's like maybe we don't feel as intuitive as, because maybe we don't do tarot, or don't do, because then we just kind of chalk it up as we're not intuitives. And I feel like we want to be careful about that, Cancer, because you are a powerful intuitive. Water signs are just, and again, like all the signs have how their intuition is expressed is different. But I feel water signs, that water energy, is that we're naturals at it, when we come to understand that energies, and there's this, I really feel like that this is, that I really feel like it, again, it's just like it's paying attention to how you operate under the moon, and really kind of learning how intuition kind of translates through you, Cancer. Hmm. Let me get some tarot on this and get some details, because that's interesting. Oh, all right, Cancer. Think about that full moon in Aries coming up, because you got the King of Crystals, the Six of Wands, and then the Emperor here, Cancer. And I really feel like with this full moon kind of getting ready to happen here in Aries here, Cancer, there's an energy of getting ready to, interesting in this, in a way, I feel like getting ready to kind of rise up, in a sense, with like the Six of Wands. There's this energy of celebration in a way, because I feel that maybe for some there's this wisdoms that's coming through with this thing, but I feel like that it's just like, maybe when it comes to intuition and, syncing up with these energies, that we maybe tend to overthink this energy, Cancer. It can be something simple as like, what ways do you find yourself getting into that sort of like trance-like state, or just kind of like, it's like maybe getting into more practices of, maybe if we're like, maybe getting by water, possibly that's something where we find ourselves like, how do I want to put this, Cancer? Let me get a little bit more on the King of Crystals here. On Cancer, the crystals are swords in this deck, and the stars are pentacles. Interesting, Cancer. So the King of Crystals is clarified by the Star card here and then the Ten of Stars. And I do feel like that there's this the best the way I can think to explain this, Cancer, is just like it feels that, especially for those of you, if you don't feel that you're like this, that you're, that you have this level of intuition, or that maybe you haven't just come to trust that. Maybe we think of these thoughts, think of them as just thoughts and things, and then just kind of dismiss them, and then something happens. It's just like, oh man, I should have trusted my intuition, or man, I knew this was gonna happen, or there's something here about making that connection, like making that intuition and that energy more stable, and because I feel like that's going to really kind of help you out in the grand scheme of things, working towards your legacy and towards that foundation of what you want to do. Because the Star card is like this information of receiving downloads from your higher self, your ancestors, your angels, however that's looking, and then taking those inspirations and then manifesting the stuff, really taking charge of your destiny. And it feels that it helps make this journey not feel as long or as just as random as things can kind of be here, Cancer. And really, there's, because that's interesting that the moon is popping up here. I'm almost even feeling like the moon card is something that's kind of popping up in here, Cancer. It's in like, because that can deal with like illusions and the unknown, and it's like embracing those things that kind of defy the logic in a sense, and not defy it, but because we need them both in order for things to work together. But it's like removing the logic for a second and embracing that kind of intuitive side, and not necessarily trying to dissect it in a sense. It's just letting it be a natural thing, and then like when you get that intuitive insight, then reflecting on what that means for your next steps here. I hope that makes sense, Cancer. Let's get some more on this, Cancer. Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. Oh, see, that's what I mean, Cancer. So here's that moon I was talking about. So you got the moon, the hermit, the eight of crystals, and then the ace of wands here. And I love, come on, hands. I love you syncing up with the energies, Cancer. Pisces energy coming through here. And I feel like there's a need to kind of meditate on this here, Cancer. And that's interesting. I'm even thinking like with the eight of crystals here. I feel like that and that's an interesting way for that to come through. It's like she's blindfolded in the sense, in like kind of like, it's like believing what you're, not necessarily what you can't see and what you can't, it's like believing past what your eyes are showing you, like, and seeing through your mind's eye, and instead of like, because there's this restrictive energy that is happening here with the eight of stars, or excuse me, the eight of crystals. But I might need a little bit more on that here, Cancer. But there's this energy that is coming through here with this ace of wands. It's like when we're tuning into that intuitive energy, it just helps us to navigate this space a lot easier. But there's something that it's like we need to reflect on how intuition kind of like, what are the signs for your intuition, Cancer? Is it that's just like a gut feeling? Do you get like this? Do you get like a little fuzziness in the head? Do your ears start ringing? Like what is that? There's certain smells that come through? You get a taste in your mouth? Like it's like really being attuned to who you are, and to being attuned to how these spiritual energies are being translated into this vessel here, Cancer. But let me get some more with the Eight of Crystals. Because something's trying to come to light here, I feel, with the Kermit. It's like a new, with the Kermit, oh yeah, with the Hermit, that that feels like it's trying to blossom there, Cancer. And I love that here's wifey, because you got the Queen of Crystals here, and then you got the Three of Stars, Cancer. And you know, the Queen and King of Crystals, they're intuitive, but in a different type of way. It gives me kind of similar. Like I'm thinking like how with like for example like Aquarius, they're the star card. You know, theirs is like, you know, they're being Uranus ruled. They get those like divine those flashes of inspiration. You know, those innovative ideas and stuff. You know, it all translates differently. You know, Aries, I feel like they take action. They just like to have this intuitive action. They're the go-getters. They're just like they when they feel something, they just act. You know, their bodies just automatically know what to do. Virgo, I feel like it's just they manifest this. The Hermit manifests this abundance in a way of they can they get everything they work with this physical realm in such an abundant type of way, and they can feel the signs, and it can bring this energy of perfection. It's fascinating how all the different signs can do, and us with us being as emotional as we are, those feelings, you know, we attract these energies. And I really feel like it's all it's understanding. I feel like how it all kind of works together there, Cancer, and even just seeing how she's playing this harp, it's paying attention to that resonance, and feeling the energies of the universe around you here. And I know this sounds, you know, kind of fanciful here, but I love when you get in this type of space here, Cancer, thinking about this type of stuff. And because I'll say Cancer, you know, like my moon's in Gemini, and you know, the moon being in an air sign, it is a very interesting way to understand intuition, because it's sometimes it's like you can get like a little too in your head sometimes, and it is bringing that head and heart together in a sense. And it was interesting trying to separate that thinking, what I think and what I feel type of energy, and bringing those two together. You know, in that they both do have their place, but it is understanding, like even like the thoughts that are coming into my head, they're you know, Gemini being the communicators, that is like higher self communicating through me in that type of sense. So like an air type of sense, where it's like, you know, like maybe like a moon in Cancer, it is just more natural, it's more intuitive. One, the moon's at home, or just in moons in Pisces, or even in Scorpio. You know, it's just it's different as opposed to like a fire sign. You know, there's this passion that it's cool, Cancer. You know, and I feel like it's the I feel like it's really thinking about how it's like I feel like it's like thinking about with like in the ways that we may restrict ourselves, or like even the way like kind of like society can even kind of restrict us from tapping into that. You know, maybe they call it crazy, call it this, call it that. And that's where I'm even getting to like where it comes to like understanding your chart there, Cancer. That stuff can really show a lot of insights. There's just a lot of, I feel like a lot of intuitive wisdom that this energy, this pearl card is trying to get out of here, Cancer. And Jupiter's all about that energy of expansion and growth. And well, while we're talking about them, let's get some advice from Jupiter and Neptune. And last little bit here, huh? Yeah, last little bit here, Cancer. Oh, there's one of Aquarius's rulers. Interesting. So, Cancer, you have the Nine of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Four of Crystals, and then the Fool card here. And let's switch back over. Because I feel like for one, especially if this is something where if we've told ourselves that we're not intuitive, or we don't, you know, that we don't feel like that to let go of that thought there, Cancer, and not to let this thing, not to let the idea of what that means stress you out. Because sometimes too, when it's like you're starting to get into like tuning, like starting to harmonize with the energies more, it can be a little stressful at first. It can come through as these sort of like shocks and things, or however, it's just unfamiliar at first. It's it's even just thinking when in your head, it's like it's your voice, but it's different. There's this undertone that's there that you learn to trust as you get to more practice with it. But I do feel like that it is inviting that energy in, Cancer, and like, and like just learning who you are in a sense, because again, we all are very, we're spiritual beings going through this human experience, and it's just like just this reconnecting to source, and just learning, going, just understanding what how we're meant to grow here. And I feel like that this, as you get to explore this side of you, Cancer, if you haven't already started doing that, however that looks, maybe it's through like Reiki, maybe it's working through crystals, maybe you're just going out in nature, and you're just listening to the trees, or creativity even, or you know I feel like the Fool is asking you to take that leap of faith, and to trust your intuition more, to trust the moon, trust these energies. And yeah, very, very interesting energy here, Cancer. And I feel like this full moon is really going to like feel you in a sense, or just like, yeah, just pay attention to these lunar energies there, Cancer, these lunar shenanigans. So, but I think I'm gonna leave that there. And I hope that made sense, Cancer. That was interesting. But if you like that, Cancer, give it a thumbs up and share this, Cancer, because I feel like, again, like, to be ruled by the moon, Cancer, that is a special thing, and and the fact that the moon deals with our intuition. We really are just naturals and natural intuitives there, Cancer, and it's the more you get to learn it, it's cool. And share this, really share this, Cancer, because I feel like all of us should, make it a point to kind of work on those intuitive abilities, so that we can just really achieve our, or whatever our legacy looks like, make our dreams manifest, and just become more efficient in how we work with the energies. But, and then if you haven't already, Emperor, subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified on these videos each day. And then last little bit, Cancer, check your sun, your moon, your rising, your Mercury, your Venus, your Mars. Just check your chart there, Cancer. Check it out. There's some cool insight that comes through. And come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos there, monthly ones, yearly ones, and it's a good old time, Cancer. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Cancer. You got the Eight of Cups here. Or see, Eight of Cups. Ace of Cups here, Cancer. And I feel like this is the universe, kind of, this is that divine love in a sense, that because even there's a little bit of lunar shenanigans on this cup here, Cancer. And I feel like that there's something unlocking here. It's just like, as you really kind of tune into your senses there, because these streams that are flowing out of this cup represent like the five senses, Cancer, and this dove represents the sixth sense. And there's this energy here that I feel like, as you start doing this, like exploring this energy here, and really kind of like pulling the signals from the divine, it all starts to, your mind's eye really starts to waken up in a sense, and it starts to unlock. And then I feel like then we started going about this journey without fear, and kind of going through this fool's journey, like going through and understanding just why certain lessons happen with us, what we're meant to learn, and keeps us from getting stuck and listening, really kind of really just connecting with higher self here, Cancer. And that's even interesting, these crystals that I even chose here, like the amethyst, really great for intuition. And I just went, every time I pick these, it's random, Cancer. Well, not it seems random at first, but even when I'm picking the crystals to put on the decks, it's all just like whatever intuitive thing is, whatever feels right. And even like this little beta quartz here, that's strengthens the connection with your angels. Clear quartz helps keep your mind clear. Something to think about there, Cancer. Well, let me get your oracle card here. Oh, we're getting a couple here, Cancer. Oh, okay, we're getting a few here, Cancer. Okay, I'm with it. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. I love that. So you have the 12th card here, which is the Rose card. It's a card of love, Cancer. That's ruled by Venus and the Moon. You have interesting. You have the Kava Kava card, which is the Community card, which is ruled by Pluto and the Moon. And I thought it was going to be another Moon card here, but I even like this one too, Cancer. Like because you got the Palo Santo card, which is the Guardian card, and this is ruled by the South Node and Pluto. So there's some sort of connection, whether it be through the Moon or through Pluto. And it's like the Moon, your intuition, your emotions and things leads to that transformation, Cancer, and you really kind of coming into your power in a sense, because your guardians, and they're all upright here, Cancer, and because your guardians, your spirit guides, are watching over you, always protecting you, Cancer. They're there, and it's like, and I feel like that. I even feel like for some that there's this sense of like maybe we're coming into this new sense of there's this community that's kind of forming here. Maybe we're starting to notice that we're bonding with more like there that it because this is what I've been kind of feeling here, Cancer, over these last few months, really, that there is a stronger sense of community. Like people are kind of bonding over like zodiac signs and kind of talking about tarot, and it's just like becoming more of a commonplace thing. Spirituality is really kind of taking a stronger hold here. And Pluto's getting ready to move into a sign that has to deal with Aquarius, that deals with community and groups and friends. So maybe we're starting getting curious about like different types of groups there, Cancer. Maybe joining like a meditative group or even like an herb group or like a guard, whatever that's looking like, Cancer. But I feel like with this Rose card here, there's this sense of, loving these abilities for what they are, Cancer, and not to. How do I want to put this love here, Cancer? Because I feel like maybe there's this energy of as we start to unlock these things, that there's a sense of we can feel a little weird or something along those lines, Cancer. And it's treating yourself with like loving all aspects of yourself and not trying to keep any one thing kind of bottled up there, to allow that. Because I even feel like with that community card, there's this community of like guardians that's kind of around you here, Cancer. And that again, I feel like there's a lot of love that's kind of wrapped in that too. Like it's like it's interesting because it's like you see this kind of blood that's dripping here. It gives me this energy. It's just like even in like the tougher times when we're going through challenges of like like Three of Swords or Nine of Swords or Tower moments or Hangmans or Moon cards or things, that it's just like knowing that you are always loved and that you're always protected, and that this is all part of the divine. It's all part of this divine matrix here, and even just feeling like with the South Node, that's like energies that you've mastered in a past life and what you're meant to focus on in this. Lot going on here, Cancer. A lot of evolutionary type of energy, transformative energy, and I like it a lot. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cancer. I hope that made sense. Very I love it, Cancer. But you stay safe out there. Understanding, getting this deeper, understanding this intuition, and absolutely keep eyes on the moon there, Cancer. There's this moon app that I have in the description box, the moon phase. It's a cool one. It lets you know when there's like super moons that are coming up, and just what sign the moon's in, and there, I'm sure there are a bunch of other ones that are Cancer. That's not the only one. That's just one that I've been working with for so long. I enjoy it. But yeah, keep eyes on the moon there, Cancer, because she's even when she's not here as the high priestess, because the high priestess has been following us around quite a bit there, Cancer. She's coming out in different ways, but I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.